Rick Steele here with another betting tips video for you. As we upload this video, we are just around the corner from NHL and NBA playoffs, and baseball has just played their opening games. So an exciting time to be a sports bettor on many levels. If you want to follow my picks day in, day out, all year long, very simple. Number one, it's always free. You will get total transparency. The records on the website are updated, broken down by sport daily. No gimmicks, no signups, no different levels, no tiers, no anything except daily, high quality, value sports picks. You click on the Today's Picks button of my homepage, pshltd.com, that will take you to the picks listing each and every day. Now, if you want to be convenient and never miss a bet and bet at the same lines that I bet at, then I suggest you follow me across social media. Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. My handle is @RickSteele99. That's going to give you all the latest sports betting news in a timely fashion. Also allow you to send me any questions that you may have that I can address for you. You can also do so here on my YouTube channel, like any videos that you may wish, and also obviously add your comments or any questions at the same time. But I hearken back to Twitter, where the follow button is. You simply hit the bell right beside there. That's going to turn on the notifications. And each and every time throughout the day, each day, every day, all through the year that I update the site with new picks, you get a notification to your phone letting you know so. So it keeps you mobile, totally convenient. You simply then go to the website and you will see the new picks each and every time. All that I ever ask for in return, spending the time and money in doing so, in producing these videos, in committing to keeping my picks free all the time, is if you could support my YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button at the end of this video. I'd really appreciate that. And we'll be here for you each and every day, as I mentioned before, with always high quality value picks. Thanks in advance for the support that you provide. And this is going to ensure that I'm able to do so with the picks and these videos that you can use. Actionable, real advice for sports bettors that you can turn into profits. Just subscribe to the channel, and I appreciate that, as mentioned before. Keep in mind, with the legalization that's happening, especially across North America with sports betting, where I am in Ontario, Canada, it's just happened as of Monday. The chances and the options that we get to line shop via the apps themselves or on conventional websites. If you deal with the gray market area, I'm going to continue to do so with the sports books of Pinnacle and Five Dimes and Bookmaker and Bet Online. You'll follow those on the homepage of my website as well. If you want to open an account at any of those places, you can click on the banner. It will take you to that site, and there you can open up your account. But obviously, it's so important to line shop. I'm going to be opening up as many apps as possible as well that I think that could be of value to me. But along with these apps, there's obviously pluses and minuses, and that means that there's a lot of misinformation, total crap out there, a lot of talking heads, never worse than as it always has been, but more so now with the proliferation of legalized betting across North America. Stay away from this stuff. It's all hot air. It's a lot of misinformation, and especially never, never, never pay for picks. There's a lot of scam artists out there. You don't need to do so. They have no inside information. Their only goal is to separate you from your money. So again, stick with the proven winners that have a long, long track record and that can provide you with real sports betting advice that you can take action on, that's realistic, that can turn that information into profits. I can't stress that enough, but that's one of the goals. And as we break down some of the key points that I'm going to discuss with you now in relation to this particular video. Again, you've heard this before. There's no such thing as a sure thing for any particular sports event. You may have many, many compelling reasons to bet a particular side, but don't allow that to force you to stray away from proper money management procedures. No, you're not double and tripling and quadrupling your unit. Again, there's no such thing as a lock. There is, however, obviously, as we talk about, a home advantage, but it's not a blanket number across each and every sport. Home advantages fluctuate from team to team. Some home advantages are bigger than other home venues and advantages. Most teams obviously do play better at home than on the road. Most teams will have a home-away dichotomy. However, sportsbooks obviously also know this, and they're going to shade their lines accordingly. One thing you do want to look out for is, it's still common these days, is home dogs. Why are home dogs so attractive? Because they never give up. It's easier to give up on the road. The fans are against you anyway. But if you're a dog, generally speaking, at home, that back door is literally going to be open right till the very end. So again, more times than not though, where you are going to find value as you do your handicapping is going to happen with away teams, and also unders, because people gravitate towards the overs. So keep that in mind as you are going through your daily routine of handicapping. Now keep in mind, betting on sports is very easy, actually, especially with today's technology, and as mentioned prior, with now the legalization across North America. Winning at sports, however, is not so easy. It takes time, dedication, sweat equity on a daily basis. Watching games, spending a few hours checking out random stats online is not anyone's road to success. Yes, stats and numbers and math do play a big part in sports betting and handicapping, and modeling has also become the craze and very effective in creating and isolating value. But I want to emphasize, you don't need to be a programmer, a coder, or have a PhD in math in order to be successful in this business. Bankroll, money management is as important, if not as even more important than actually picking winners. I want to stress that again. Bankroll, discipline, money management is as important, if not more important, than actually picking winners. Anybody can pick 50% winners over the long haul. That's a coin flip. 50% of the time over a large sample size, you're going to get heads. The other 50% of the time, obviously, you're going to get tails. So 50-50 propositions, obviously, you want to stay away from if you're not a substantial dog in that type of environment. Getting to 53% winning selections, that's where the gold mine exists. It's only a 3% gap, right? However, that's where the tricky and the skill and the dedication and the patience come in. Winning sports bettors do not treat this as a hobby, even if their results are not where they want them to be at that moment in time. Keep in mind, hobbies cost money, businesses earn money. Sports betting in itself is not a problem. You're going to hear the proliferation as well about gambling and the problems and addictions that it causes. And yes, for the few small percentage of people that this does affect, they should totally stay away from this and seek help. But what is really the problem is losing. So if losing can be fixed, then sports betting really is not a problem. Amateurs pick games. Pros handicap games. When you handicap a game, you look at both sides. Then you set your line for that game and compare it to the books to decide if you have an edge or value. If not, no value equals no bet. Don't become an action junkie. Now, getting the best line possible is the same as winning more. That's where that line shopping comes in. Getting the best line possible. No excuses anymore. Just in the last 3 days within Ontario, we have 15 legalized sports books that have no issues as far as selections and player props and being able to shop for the most effective line out there. Never pay for picks, as mentioned prior. No ability to do so as far as seeking out advice and selections from non-professional full-time sports bettors. You don't go to the doctor or have a medical problem and seek advice from a plumber. It should also be the similar comparison as it relates to sports betting. Don't seek out amateurs. Don't seek out people that just have knowledge of sports. They're not effective or successful sports bettors, and that's a huge difference. The difference between a high-level successful sports bettor and someone that's coming in here to give it a try, continuing to fail, is huge. And what is the difference between those people? A skillful, long-term, successful sports bettor play the percentages over and over and over again, living with the results, knowing their edge will win out long-term. Amateurs, they simply whine, complain about every single loss affecting their ability to handicap going forward. So, what about your approach to sports betting? How do we turn this into actionable results and techniques that we can use to make more money? Well, there's no cookie cutter model or approach to sports betting that's going to guarantee success. What works for one person may not work for another. What I do suggest is handicap from your position, your strengths, while improving in the areas that you need to find, that you need to improve in, that will help you to find value more effectively. However, don't confuse the above with what we constantly preach. That's the fundamentals that you need to use on an ongoing basis, the key principles that every bettor follows in order to be successful. Call them the foundations for success, regardless of whatever sports you bet on, okay? I've spent decades adding, subtracting to my tool chest, revising, updating, and adapting to the ever-changing market conditions, but never ignoring the basics, the fundamentals that govern our business. Number one, keep an eye on your goal. What's the goal? To end up with a positive ROI. Very simple, return on investment. Small sample sizes, bad beats, they wash away when you focus on the big picture. Don't overreact to winning and losing streaks. The best bettors are the best because they know how to lose. And not, I'm saying be happy about it, but not letting them adversely affect them while anticipating that they will return to their winning ways. And a winning streak is just around the corner. The sportsbook, the line maker, is not your enemy. All they're doing is setting the opening line and shading it to where they think that and anticipate that the money's going to come in. The lines move based on fellow bettors and what they perceive to be value. Fully understanding how the market works will be able to allow you to take advantage of that market. Number three, bad beats, bad luck is temporary. Your knowledge, your skill is not. You can place the same bet 10 times and you can win that 9 out of 10 times, but realize it's never going to be 100% of the time. I've mentioned before to always perform your post-bet reviews. If you answer after the bet was done and the results are in, that you would have even made this bet again under all the same parameters, then that's good. Move on, accept the loss, and head to the next event. Be objective when you're assessing your bets after the fact. Losing on a bad beat is different than making a bad bet. If you blame every loss on external factors, it was a bad bait, the refs were out to get me, beyond analyzing what took place to make that bet and you're handicapping, then you're doomed to make these same mistakes over and over again. Now, no basic fundamental discussions are going to be complete without harping on money management. If you're betting full-time, or if you simply want to go to part-time to a full-time mode, managing your bankroll and betting properly is critical. Betting effectively includes substantial line shopping and timing the market. Topics that you will find on my betting tips videos, in my Grapevine articles that you could research and analyze for yourself. Take notes, again, as mentioned, as you're going through all that and re-reviewing it. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me and I'll address those. Come on, it's professional sports handicapping for a reason. I want to provide you with accurate, realistic abilities and techniques that you can use in order to incorporate into your routine so that you can make more money in this business. My only goal, as I mentioned, in asking you to support my channel by clicking on the subscribe button, put you on a few more winners, help you to avoid some losers, but more importantly, providing you with the education, the tools, the techniques, the processes to long-term make you a more profitable sports bettor. I hope this information was helpful to you to increase your foundations towards success in this environment. And may all the winners be yours as we head into the marathon that is called the MLB season.